The birds are now fed. Now, let's get started. Here are the 2 tomato plants that I had over there initially, but then put over here because it was too hot. So this is the early girl tomato, and she's doing really great. I've honestly never had leaves this floppy and green and didn't know they should be like this. I did move this out of the sun as well. This is the ginger mint and it's not doing great. Same with the lemon balm. It just can't handle this sun because it went from like 80 degrees and they're flourishing to like triple digits. This popped up a lot since last time, so I'm happy about that. Rosemary's doing well. We got the potatoes over here that are ready to harvest. I did set, if you see right here, the hummingbird mixes, and they're pretty stagnant, which is kind of a bummer, but that just means I'll have to spread them out and plant them in the spring. These are the Jewel floral gem peppers, and since I put them in the shade, are you fucking kidding me? Since I put them in the shade, they're doing a lot better, and you can see there's already a bunch of new growth. I swear every single time I go to film, something happens. Like it's Friday. We save that shit for Saturday. Something that I did do was plant some purple peas, and then a potato that I planted a while back is coming up. But no surprise.
Tell my man shut up. Shut up.
No surprise, the mango tree is doing really well. These are brand new leaves and it's super pretty. All of these succulents are opening up. The baby's tears is what makes me super excited. So we have all of this. It's really finally starting to take off and kind of giving like the fairy tale look that we were aiming for. If it looks extra shady over here, that's because it is, because I put together by myself an awning, like a little makeshift awning. Oh, it's 10 feet by 12 feet, so pretty dope. I'm super proud of myself. I've been building a lot. That's why I kind of took a week off just to kind of get myself straight, because that's a lot of work. Right here, I did hang a gift that I got in 2020 from my mom, and that's gonna be like an herb dryer, which is perfect for this corner because it gets a lot of shade, it gets a lot of wind. Update over here, the watermelon didn't do good as I thought. I just wanted to give it a try. The marigolds are having a second revival, and as you see, all of these have popped up in like a circle around this plant, and these are ready to bloom. These just self-seeded themselves. When we look at the vines, we can see how much they've taken to the 80-degree weather and how much that has really caused them to just grow. And yeah, look at these. Look at how beautiful and how lush and how green and shiny these are. It's growing in between the fence, so my neighbor said snip snip ho, and snip that because these can get out of hand, so I don't blame them. Even see this one. Look at that. I need to pull that. This is gonna go crazy, but then you can just guide them. And I like to twist them towards the right because they naturally twist right around things. So keep that in mind when you're trying to train your vines. Sunflowers did die, but I heard, rumor around is that if you leave these once it starts to get colder, it's really good for the birds to keep these when they're having a hard time finding a food source. So I'm gonna keep these. Now right here you can see I did plant the calendulas that were in my seedling tray, but they're not doing great. As you can see, they're giving big like D energy, but I'm just gonna see how they do. As you can see, the mushroom village has died, back considerably with the triple digit heat. However, these are popping up, and these are not roses. I forgot what bush this was that I took out, but I decided not to take them out. Hold on, Shanti. I decided not to take them out because some interesting stuff has been left in the yard and some interesting stuff has been taking place. I looked up what it could be, and rumor around some circles is that it could possibly be fairy related. And I know some of y'all might be like, okay, fairies, but listen, I believe in the paranormal, and there's a lot of shit that can happen beyond this realm, and I'd be ignorant to think that humans are the only thing out here. But just a lot of stuff happens. I hear a lot of things. I see a lot of things. I'm gonna just leave that there. If you want to believe, you can believe. If you don't, you don't. And here's the same old, except the oranges are slowly and steadily getting bigger. Like, this is as big as the palm of my hand right now. And then look how beautiful this basil has turned out this season. This is the most I have plucked the basil to use in food, to dry for next year. What I did here was one morning, I was like, you know what? I need to do something with this space, at least a little bit. So I laid some planting soil and then I put some mulch. I planted some romaine lettuce, some burpee bib, and some arugula. And this space gets like a lot of good morning sun. It also gets like mostly shade in the afternoon. This is a mess, you don't even gotta tell me. But the interesting thing is this right here. Because I thought this was a weed for the longest. It just kind of like took up out of nowhere. So I went on Reddit and I was like, hey, yo, what plant is this? And someone was like, oh, this is a neem tree. And you see how close it is to my house. So I'm like, I don't know, but I'm kind of just gonna let it grow. I was debating repotting it. The thing is with that, I didn't want to risk damaging the taproot, because with plants, when they establish themselves, they put down a taproot, and the taproot is the main root of the plant, like the first one that penetrates the soil and what establishes the plant. So if that gets fucked up, the whole plant dies. Trees can get so big. I'll show you a picture of how big they can get. And their lifespan is like from 150 years to 250 years. The great part about this is they're not only a good omen and a source of protection for your house, they're also great for medicinal purposes. For both humans, when we ingest it, it can help with inflammation, it can help with immune system function, and it's good neem oil. It's great for plants, so it's a good pest deterrent as well. See if it survives this winter. I'm just gonna like sit here and let it do its G thing. It survived for this long, so a bloom. It's kind of late in the season for a bloom, but this has a really nice darker red hue to it. Like, I'd want to put this in my hair, but I won't. I'll let a hummingbird take all this pollen off and suck all the nice nectar. This is still up in the air. I'm just kind of like praying for it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I'm not giving up yet. This is the Emerald Tower basil that I planted. These are the shishito peppers, and I have one beautiful pepper right here. And then this is my holy basil that's really hanging in there. It's still putting out growth. I should have planted it earlier, but that's life. But oh yeah, and last but not least, this is my okra plant that popped back up. They're gonna be the little okra, so I'm excited to see what happens. But with all that being said and shown, thanks for coming back. Thanks for putting up with the noise. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want some more of this, more music, some more plants, and I'll see you next week. Hello.